Today we're checking out 13 things we need to know before we head to Germany.
Let's go.
Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. As I said, we're checking out 13 things we need to know before we head to Germany.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Loving these Germany videos.
Me too.
I feel like we've done a lot of these types of videos, but I'm still like learning a bunch of stuff every time we check one out.
Yeah, we're learning about different grocery stores.
Yeah.
We're learning about
Everything.
like the Bread Museum.
Oh yeah, that's right.
different laws, different rules,
A whole bunch of stuff.
History, geography. So
Ton of fun.
yeah,
Let's do
here's
it.
to more.
Here we go.
You want to go to Germany? Here are some things
Yes.
you need to know before you go from a German native.
All right.
I have ancestors
want to go
from
one
Germany.
Hello,
Yeah, I know.
servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but have been living
Munich.
in Cincinnati, Ohio, off and on
Oh.
since 2016. Now, traveling isn't really a thing right now, but I know that many of you can't wait until that's going to be possible again. And I know that many of you are planning your future trips in your heads. And for all of you
Yep.
who've always wanted to visit Germany, or even move to Germany, I'm sharing some things that you should definitely know before you go. These
Oh,
are
good.
things that I usually tell friends who go to Germany for the first time, but I'm sure that many of you guys could benefit from this as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Seems like a good video already.
Right. Different
The first
currency.
one sounds pretty obvious, but believe me, people forget about this all the time. Different countries have different outlets and voltages. So if you're from
yeah.
the US, you'll need to bring or buy an adapter if you want to use your electrical devices.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yep.
your American plugs won't fit into a German outlet. We also have a voltage of 220, 230 volt in Germany.
I would
whereas
totally
it's only
forget about that.
120
Oh, yeah.
in the US. And not all electronic devices can handle the switch, so be sure that you do some research about that before you go. Especially hair dryers and hair straighteners usually don't work with a different voltage. I actually broke a hair straightener once because I tried using my German one in the US and that just made it stop working.
Oh.
What does work usually though is laptops and phone chargers and those kind of things. And even though I am obviously aware that the outlets are different, I totally forgot about it this past Christmas when I went home to be with my family because I got a new laptop recently in the US that came with an American charger, and I totally forgot that for the first time ever I would need an adapter that goes from American plug to
Oh,
German
wow.
plug and not the other way around. But luckily my dad has a bunch of travel adapters and one of them actually fit. Then of course
Oh,
we
that
also use a different
works out.
currency in Germany. It's the euro, just like in many other countries in the European Union. And at least compared to the US, we also use a different measurement system, the metric system with kilometers instead of miles, etc. Even though the US really is the odd one out here.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Isn't that
The next point
interesting?
is a
Yeah.
pretty big shock for many people who visit Germany for the first time. Stores are closed on Sundays, even grocery stores.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing
so
that
make
one.
sure to
Right.
plan ahead because the only places you'll be able to find any groceries on a Sunday are stores at train stations and gas stations.
Wow.
This has a Christian background, but it also has to do with workers' rights. In Germany, we believe that everyone should be able to get a rest
Wow,
day on
that's
Sunday
really cool.
and
Yeah.
spend time with their family. Restaurants,
I feel like we
movie
didn't
theaters,
hear
and
that
those kind
part of it
things
in the
are
other
usually
video.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're only in Germany for a day, you should make sure to carry cash on you. Germany has a pretty big cash culture, and there might be quite
Even
a few
still?
occasions
Wow.
where you won't be able to pay electronically, like when you want to get something at a bakery, a kiosk, small stores that don't accept card payments, or things like parking machines. You can either get some cash from the ATM in Germany, but be aware that there will probably be an ATM fee and a currency conversion fee if your bank account isn't in euros, or you can also ask your bank at home to get some euros to you before you leave.
The only
might-
time
Oh,
I
can you really?
The only time I can
never thought of
really
that.
think here, like when we would have to pay in cash, would be like if you go to a big event and you have to pay for parking.
Yeah. It's
Everything
about-
else, I feel like, is you can do all electronic.
Yeah, even some parking you can.
Yeah.
A lot of them you can, like
Yeah,
parking
true.
structures and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Or parking on the side of the road.
Right.
A lot of them.
Be the best option actually, because that way you'll also have some cash right when you arrive in case you need it. What you shouldn't do though is exchange money at the airport because it'll be a lot more expensive. Damn, how do you cut something out in Photoshop? Can you help me? Just have an expert explain it to you on Skillshare. Hey, do you have any marketing knowledge?
Oh,
Oh,
sponsor.
ad.
I think it would
I'm like,
probably
what
be a
happened?
lot more
Yeah.
helpful if you took a marketing class on
I'm like, Skillshare, is that
Can
a
you
German
please help me
thing?
organize
Yeah.
my closet? Okay,
Skillshare.
all jokes aside, before I tell you what you need to know about driving in Germany, I'd like to introduce today's sponsor, which is, you guessed it, Skillshare. It's an online learning community.
I want to learn about
languages and
driving.
Much more
Yup.
for learning. So click the link will get a free trial of premium membership so that you
That's
can
nice.
explore
Yeah.
subscription.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
Now let's talk
I never
about
thought
what
to
you need
convert
know
it at
about
the bank
driving
here
in
before you
Germany,
go.
because there are
Yeah.
a few differences that
Good
you
tip.
should be aware of before you get behind the wheel. The first thing is that gas is a lot more expensive in Germany than it is in the US. It's about 3 times as expensive. So if you were gonna rent a car and just drive
Really?
around Germany or
Wow.
Europe, that's not going to be as cheap as you probably expected. In fact, it might be a lot cheaper to get around by bus
the
or
bus,
train.
yeah.
We have a pretty good train system all over Germany and over Europe too.
That's really
And especially
nice.
if you're
Yeah,
just staying
that
within
is
one
nice.
city in Germany, public transportation might be a more convenient and less
I feel like we don't
stressful
really
option
have
for you
strong
too,
public
because
transportation.
Traffic can be
Not
a little
really.
crazy.
Everything's
Drivers can be
relied
aggressive,
on
and
a car.
parking in a German city is usually a nightmare. When you need to get gas, you should know that you pump first in Germany and then pay afterwards. And you don't usually pay at the pump, but you'll have to go inside afterwards to do so. The regular gas in Germany is called Super, but of course you can always look at what it says inside of the gas cap as to what
Super.
kind you should put in the tank. Then of course there are different driving laws in Germany, so be sure to check those out before you get on the streets. 2 major things are that you can't turn right on red, and you always need to watch out for cyclists and pedestrians, especially when turning right. I found that
can't
that's
turn
not
right
really
on
something
red.
that people learn in driver's ed in the States, because in many American towns, people walking or riding their bike isn't really a thing. For everything else, like the street signs, speed limits, and driving on the highway, the Autobahn, you can check out my video on driving if you want to learn more.
It'd be scary to drive on the
This might be
Autobahn.
kind of
Yeah.
shocking to Americans. In Germany, it's legal to drink alcohol in public, and Germans do that a lot too, especially in the
Wow.
summer. So don't be surprised by that, and who knows, maybe you're gonna try it too and get a
Like,
cool
just walking
experience out of it.
outside?
You can
Yeah.
just sit by the river on a warm summer night with a 50-cent beer from the corner store. And yes, beer is pretty cheap in Germany, but it's still very, very good.
Yeah, did
That's
you say
cool.
50 cents?
Yeah.
Now, if you visit Germany as a
cool.
tourist, you're probably gonna spend
Yeah.
a lot of time at restaurants. So here's a few things that you should know about that. So when you walk into a restaurant, you can usually just seat yourself and don't have to wait for someone to show you to a table. Then you won't get ice in your drinks unless you ask for it, but even then, it'll probably just be a couple of ice cubes. The sizes of drinks are also pretty small in comparison to the States, just like almost everything in Germany. And water is not free at German restaurants. So if
We've
you
heard
order
that
water,
before.
Oh, yeah.
you usually get bottled water, either still
interesting.
or
Yeah,
sparkling,
very
which Germans
interesting.
are huge fans of. Once you're done, you have to ask the waiter for the check. They won't bring it to you automatically, and you're probably gonna have to flag them down because they're not gonna check on you all the time. And then they'll usually have you pay right at the table, either with cash, or you can also pay with your card in most restaurants, but you'll have to let them know because they'll have to get the little device first. Now, when it comes to tipping, we tip around 10% in Germany.
You know
and
what?
the
I was actually just talking to Ash about this.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah. And he was saying that because he lives in the UK, he was saying that when he goes to a restaurant,
Yeah.
he pays right at the table,
there.
like the waiter's standing right there.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be really awkward, I don't know, when leaving a tip, or we
Yeah.
just don't do that here.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't do that.
No, we just give our card and
They take
they
it.
will walk away with it.
Yeah, but that when you think about it, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, here's my card, just go use it.
Yeah, I know. That seems like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but we never thought about that until you
brought that up.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
so then it makes me think about this too.
Yeah.
The way it works is that you just tell the waiter directly what you want to round it up to. So if your check is 20 euros and you want to tip them 2 euros, you just tell them to make it 22 and you'll get the change for that. It works the same way with card payments too, so make sure to tell them the tip before you insert your card. Also, just
Oh,
a heads
wow.
up, the waiters in Germany might seem kind of cold compared to the ones in the US. You'll have to flag them down if you need something, and they're probably not going to be as friendly, which has to do with the fact that they don't have to rely on tips as much, but also
Oh,
with the
wow.
German customer service in general.
Oh.
Please don't let it scare you off, but the customer service in Germany is pretty bad compared to the US, at least in my opinion. I know that many Germans are gonna disagree with me in the comments, but if you're used to American standards, it's very likely that some of the people working in German customer service will make you feel like you're bothering them or annoying them. If that happens, please don't think that it has anything to do with you being a tourist or
I
not
would.
speaking German.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. They treat me like that too. Of course, there's also many great people working in customer service who are lovely to talk to, but unfortunately, that's not the standard in Germany.
Wow. Well, that's good to
One
know.
of the most
Yeah.
popular topics of complaint among tourists is that you have to pay to use the bathroom in Germany. Now, it's possible that that's going to be the case. Like at rest stops on the highway, you'll find these bathrooms with turnstiles, and at some public bathrooms, there will be a person sitting with a tipping
Wow.
plate, but that's not all.
Look at that picture.
Wow, yeah.
That's just for a public
I've
restroom.
never seen that.
No, that would be like a gate to go into like the train station or like the subway.
Yeah.
Huh. But for a bathroom?
always the case.
They're
and
probably
at
really
restaurants,
clean,
it's
though.
usually
Yeah,
free.
right.
But yes, sometimes you'll have to pay for using a public bathroom, so it's always best to carry some change on you, just in case.
German rules.
Germans like rules, and they like to follow the rules, and that includes stopping at a red pedestrian light. So, no jaywalking in Germany. And by that I mean that you won't see a lot of Germans jaywalk, and many of them don't like it when others do it either. Which, by the way, applies to other rules too. You may even get reminded by strangers to follow the rules. Besides the
Wow.
whole no jaywalking
That's
thing,
funny.
some of these rules are to stay right on escalators to let people pass on the left. And, very, very important, don't walk or stand in bike lanes. Next to the sidewalk, there's usually a bike lane, and there are many, many cyclists in German
Oh, wow.
cities. And if you block the bike lane, you may either cause an accident, or you'll probably have a person on their bike ring their bell at you, or even yell at you.
We wouldn't even
In case you
notice that.
happen to
Like,
turn on the
look
TV
down.
Or
Yeah.
want
What?
to see a movie in Germany. Don't be surprised if your favorite American actor suddenly speaks German, because almost everything is dubbed in Germany. We do consume a lot of American movies and shows in Germany, but Germans aren't big fans of subtitles. And even though more and more people do consume English media in their original version nowadays, the norm in Germany is the dubbed versions. Some movie theaters do show movies in the original versions too, though. You'll just have to look out for the little addition behind the title that says OV.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Many of you have
That's
probably
pretty cool.
heard the cliche
Yeah.
that Germans are pretty reserved and
That's like,
rather-
what was that show we were watching on Netflix? Money Heist.
Oh, yeah.
That was all dubbed.
Yeah, that's right.
Same with like Squid Games.
Squid Games, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
dubbed. Huh. So a lot of movies in the movie theaters
They're dubbed.
are dubbed. That's really interesting.
cold, and there's actually a lot of truth to that. So before you go to Germany, you should definitely know that Germans don't usually talk to strangers a lot, and we aren't big on small talk, so don't expect to have some nice conversations with people at the store or something. It depends on who you interact with, of course, but at first sight, Germans can come off as unfriendly, especially when compared to Americans. It's nothing personal though, it's just a cultural difference. But if you ever have a concrete question, don't hesitate to approach a German and ask them, because Germans are usually very glad to help. Now, how should I ask someone for advice if I don't speak German? Well, most Germans do know some English. They may have a thick accent and may not be able to have a full conversation, but they'll definitely be able to, give you directions or tell you the price of something. Many Germans also speak pretty good English, so those of you who come to Germany and do speak some German and want to use it, don't be thrown off if you speak to someone in German and they reply in English. It's a thing
Oh,
that
really?
many Germans do, and I know that it can come off as rude in a way, but they usually just want to make life easier for the two of you because they know that German is a difficult language, and if they think that their English is better than your German, they may think that they can make the conversation more efficient by switching to English. So
That's
please
nice.
don't be offended by that. If you really, really want to practice your German, I'm sure you can just ask them to stick with German. The last point on my list is mainly targeted at people who want to move to Germany. Now, when you move into a new place, be prepared that it might come entirely empty. And by that I mean that there won't even be blinds, curtains, or light bulbs in it. and
Oh my
oftentimes
gosh.
not even
Really?
a kitchen. So the space where the kitchen
Oh
is supposed
my
to be will
gosh,
just have a bunch
what?
of cables and pipes stick out of the wall. And
Oh
will
my
be responsible-
Oh my gosh, so when you move in, like they take the stove?
The cabinets?
The cabinets?
The appliances? What?
Yeah, the fridge, the
Everything? Oh man.
Wow.
Not forgetting all of the appliances and cabinets. Also, leases are usually unlimited in Germany, unless it's like a sublease or something. But in the US, I found that a lease usually has an end date, 1 year in a lot of cases, and then you can either renew it or end it. You won't have to do that in Germany. Also, when looking for a place,
that's nice.
you should be aware that a bedroom
Wait, so you can just end it at any time?
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
can be really small in Germany.
It's like,
so you
once
should
you live
always
there,
look
you
at
live
the
there until
size of
whenever you
the
wanna
room or
leave.
the apartment, and not just the number of bedrooms, because a 3-bedroom apartment in Germany could be smaller than a 1-bedroom in the States. Also, bedrooms don't have closets in Germany, so you'll need a wardrobe or a dresser to put your clothes in. And there are many, many more differences regarding German and American houses. So if you're interested in that, you can just click here and check out my video about differences.
No closets.
I'm interested in that.
Me too. We should watch that next.
Yeah, we should watch that next.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a really good video. I like that.
Good. Yeah. It's cool too because I feel like we've been watching a lot of videos about Germany, but on each video we're still learning.
Still learning something new.
You know, something new. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, interesting. Wow.
Cool. Yeah, because we did
like
a while ago watch those differences in the houses.
Yeah.
A couple of those,
Yep,
but
like the roofs and
yep.
a couple other things.
Like
And I
the
think-
different
did we watch the
heaters
part
and
two,
stuff.
too?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Here's a part 3.
Yeah.
But I would like to revisit that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Let us know in the comments down below what we need to check out next. I definitely think it's that video we were just talking about.
Yep, the one that just popped up.
Yeah. So we're going to watch that next. But what else? Let
Yeah.
us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if it's your first time coming across our channel and checking out one of our videos, please give us a quick subscribe.
Hit that notification bell to stay up to date because we come out with videos every single day.
day.
And we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya!